My son limped through the doorway as if the world had suddenly become heavier for him to carry. 7-year-olds aren't supposed to move like that, slow, cautious, like every step had to negotiate with pain. He didn't see me watching. He was whispering to himself, a soft rhythm of fear. When he finally looked up, guilt flashed across his face. Small, scared, rehearsed. "Hey buddy," I said. He forced a smile. "Hi Batty." The limp was unmistakable now. Sharp. Wrong. A message hiding in bone and bruises. "What happened to your leg?" I asked. He froze. Silence. Then softly, "Mommy said, it's a secret." A cold current slid through my chest. Not panic. Not anger. Something slower. The feeling I get right before a truth starts showing its teeth. I helped him into the car and drove to the hospital. Fast. Silent. Focused. Under those harsh fluorescent lights, he clung to my shirt as if he already knew this wasn't just a checkup, it was an uncovering. When the doctor placed the X-ray on the light board, his face drained. He left briefly, and when he returned, 2 police officers followed him. That's when I knew. Whatever we were about to see wasn't an accident. "Mr. Hale," the doctor said carefully, "has your son had any injuries lately?" "He came back from his mother's today," I answered. The doctor nodded and pointed to the fracture. "Thin. Deliberate. Precise. This type of break," he said, "comes from force. An adult. A twisting motion." My breathing didn't change. My expression didn't move. But something inside me froze solid. "Daddy," my son whispered. I placed a hand on his shoulder. "You're safe." His eyes filled with tears. The breaking point finally gave way. "She said not to tell," he whispered. "She said you'd get mad." A clarity settled over me then, cold, clinical, absolute. Mad at who? Her. Or the man she'd started seeing but never mentioned by name. I stepped outside the hospital with him in my arms, and the pieces started aligning like metal to a magnet. Her sudden distance. The rushed custody exchanges. The bruise she brushed off last month. The boyfriend with the tight smile and the 2 firm hands. At home, after feeding my son and putting him to bed, I sat in the kitchen with his medical report spread out in front of me. I studied every line, every angle, every truth. Then I traced the last few months' social media posts, tagged locations, a cabin trip. One photo stopped me cold. My son, smiling with his mouth but not his eyes. His body angled away from the boyfriend. A bruise barely visible above his sock. Same leg. I contacted the cabin owner, posing as a potential renter. He remembered the weekend. He remembered a fight. He remembered the boyfriend grabbing someone. The quiet storm inside me hardened into something sharper. I didn't confront her. Confrontation warns the guilty. Instead, I built the truth like a case file. The X-ray, the doctor's notes, witness statements, timestamps, metadata. By dawn I had everything. The confrontation. She opened the door the next morning, irritation already loaded in her voice. "You can't just." I handed her the envelope. "What's this?" "Open it." She rolled her eyes, tore the seal, skimmed the first page and stopped. Her face drained. The X-ray. The doctor's report. The police notes. Her hands shook. What are you implying?" "Nothing," I said calmly. "I'm showing you what was done." I would never." "I know," I replied. "You didn't do it." Confusion cracked her expression. Then realization hit. Her boyfriend. Her silence. Her complicity. "Oh my God," she whispered, knees buckling. "Where is he?" I asked. "At work." "Good. There are procedures for men like him. Procedures colder than revenge." She stared at me, panicked. "Please don't take this to court. It'll destroy my life." "Your life," I said, "is no longer my concern." I placed the final document on her counter. A signed custody petition. "You planned this," she breathed. "Prepared," I corrected. She collapsed into a chair, sobbing into her hands. "He told me it was an accident," she choked. "He said kids break differently. And I believed him." "No," I said. My voice quiet, clinical. "You chose to." Her tears flowed harder, but I felt nothing. No triumph. No rage. Just the precision of truth. "You're destroying me," she whispered. "No," I said. "You did that." And I walked out. The ending. That night I sat beside my son as he slept, his leg wrapped, his breathing soft and steady. For the first time in months, his face looked peaceful. The kind of peace a child shouldn't have to fight for. I thought about everything, his limp, the secret he was forced to keep, and the woman who allowed it. No rage remained. Rage burns. This was colder, cleaner, final. The custody hearing would be swift. The charges against her boyfriend unavoidable. Her reputation would collapse on its own. I didn't need revenge. I just needed the truth. My son stirred in his sleep and reached out. I took his small hand. No more secrets, I whispered. His fingers curled around mine. And in that moment I realized something. I didn't walk away from her. I walked back to myself. And I wasn't going back.